What's up, guys? It is Magi back with game number 2 in the Master Set between Insight Gaming and Foremost Bear Sloths in the bottom right hand corner, currently down one or here. There we go. That's better. Currently down 1-0. The series is the red Zerg pieces from Insight Gaming. On Interloper, it is Xergxes. And on the opposite side of the map, his opponent, the pink Zerg pieces from Foremost Bear Sloths, currently up 1-0 in the series. If he wins this game, Xergxes is out. The pink Zerg pieces of Calmoe. And with that, ZVZ, very much going to be a very similar matchup. It looks like Xergxes was going to opt to be a little bit cheekier there and go for the faster pull. But both players are opting for the hatchery once again, so we should see 17 gas, 17 pull. Both players. And Xergxes getting his gas a little bit sooner. Very mirrored builds once again from both players. And on Interloper, going for that third base as Calmoe did. They did give him the advantage in the Lings in the early game. Is that really going to be advised here on Interloper? Because Interloper is a very short range map in which you can just run straight across the map. Just like that, you'll be outside your opponent's natural. But everything is very narrow with a lot of rocks blocking around the map. Just make it a little bit more difficult. But if you clean these up, it opens up the map a little bit and gives you different attack paths you can take. But as spawning pool is finishing up for both players, kind of in that holding pattern as we just wait for the first Lings to come out, and then the Baneling Nest, and then possibly that Roach Horn. Now, Xergxes is down match point here in the best of 3 set for this week. How this goes will determine, how this game goes will determine whether or not Xergxes stays alive for game 3, or he just kind of dies out here in game 2. You have pulls finished up, Lings are on the way. We do have 4 Lings and 2 Queens here for Calmoe, so he is opting for more Lings versus an opponent who's just queued up 2 so far. And an Evo Chamber. Okay, so now with this Evo Chamber tech being down, this opens up different ideas for Xergxes. He has an Overlord in position in which he can morph this into a Drop Lord, or a Carrier, so to speak, and just unload Lings right here in his opponent's main. Go into a Baneling Nest and drop Banelings on the drones. I mean, there are options for him with this Baneling Nest, but I imagine he will get +1. Overlord being developed. I thought that was a Drop Lord for our opponent in pink, the Calmoe from FXB. Xergxes will get in here with some Lings if we have the scout, but there are a lot of Lings on the way. He's actually getting +1. He's not even going for the Baneling Nest. He's going to skip straight into the Roach tech. And this could be a very good decision for him, as Calmoe knows it's there. And Spinecrawler added on. He's not even going to go into the Baneling stage. He's just going to go directly into that Roach phase and try and catch his opponent off guard. And there's a very icy situation in this. If Calmoe is paying attention, he does build 1 more Lings. If Calmoe is paying attention, he can flood Xergxes right now. Get Lings across the map and just be able to flood Xergxes and actually kill him off here. But if this Roach Warren finishes up, and with the bang Xergxes has, 5 Roaches already on the way, the Queen will get in here and be able to shut this door a little bit. Cut down on this surface area. Spycrawler doing what it can. Roaches should pop out just in the nick of time. There are some Lings here to help stall these Lings of Calmoe. Queen tucking in here so she can't get surrounded very easily. Drones are going to get pulled off, and as the Roaches pop out, +1 melee will finish up. 4 Lings being added on, and Calmoe hitting a timing here. Going to find a pretty decent connection on top of these drones. Xergxes does hold on, because the last of these Lings do get cleaned up. 5 more Roaches are going to pop out, which means he will be able to clean up these Lings. And it's just a matter of him holding on. If he holds on here and gets a Roach count up, Calmoe just trying to flood him to kill him off. That's what it's going to come down to. 14 Lings are being added on. The +1 range is not done for these Roaches yet. The +1 melee is on the way for these Lings. Calmoe morphing at 4 banelings. Gotta find a very decent connection here. But with the Roach Tech out and starting to get stable. Check that. Okay, I was about to say, he's not going to build any more roaches. He's going to opt for the lings. But Xergxes, got to get these drones back to mining here. He will be able to do just that. The Roach Horde is in danger of getting picked off. Baneling's not finding a very decent connection at all, but the Roach Tech does die. But 6 more roaches are about to pop out. But the question is, has Xergxes held on long enough here? He is trying to get some counter damage done on the other side of the map. Just run by. Forcing the drones to be pulled here for Calmoe as we do kind of get into that weird trade scenario. Which his lings are trying to find as much damage as they can. Calmoe down to 17 drones. They're losing a queen of his own. The link flood coming back the other way. This Alright, he is opting to rebuild that Roach Horde. So now it's just down to, can Xergxes hold on? The Roach count is in his favor. More lings and more banelings being added on, and Xergxes doesn't take this fight in the exact position he needs to take it. Plus 1 melee about to be done. But he's not getting the range out of this. He's using the Roach melee. He's not being able to range down these lings like he needed to be. So that did kind of equal out the fight. Could be in Xergxes, or not in Xergxes' favor. Calmoe taking a very decent fight there. Trying to cut down on this roach count. The banelings not finding a decent connection as these roaches do just go, lol, bro, try again next time. Yeah, it's being added on for Xergxes. This is where worker count is even, but armor supply is in favor of Xergxes, and this is where it comes down to what he decides to do. 10 drones are about to finish up. Their worker count going to swing heavily in Xergxes' favor. Ravagers being added on. Another queen being added on. And Calmoe starting to get into a situation where he's going to need that +1 armor, sure. Calmoe is starting to get into a dicey situation here. He's going to have to add on his Roach Horde. We are getting into the Roach Horde phase now. It's already in Xergxes' favor as he does have that +1 range. For his roaches, with that +1 armor of Calmoe coming into play here, can very easily deflect that. But here's the thing, Calmoe did snipe out the Roach Horde, which did cut down on how many roaches Xergxes could very easily build and have access to, as he did have to rebuild his Roach Horde. And now he's looking for a run by around to the top side of this, towards his third base. No third base on the way for Xergxes. It is on the way now as the drone is coming down here to take that third base. It's going to be ever so crucial for Xergxes at this point. Third base, looks like we did have a drone get picked off. Possibly a queen. The lings coming out here to shoot these lings off this third base of Calmoe. And at this point, both players are just going to go into that macro-based game, get their layer tech out. Couple more Overlords being added on for Calmoe. +1 Carapace about to finish up. A run by here, these lings is going to get shoot away very easily by roaches of Xergxes. Yeah, as we get further and further into this game, the fourth base should be coming up here for Calmoe very shortly. It can't be going to the north, so it has to come to the south. The army supply is in favor of Xergxes. The worker count is in favor of Xergxes. Xergxes is now taking his third base as he held on to the aggression. Or held off the aggression of Calmoe. Wasn't the prettiest hold, but it was a hold nonetheless. With that, as we get into the later stages of this game, average speed on the way. Oh, this is cute. He did actually knock down this wall to make it a lot harder for Calmoe to just be able to flood lings into this location. Calmoe's wall is still open. But as we get into the later stages of this game, it's starting to favor Xergxes more and more, but in the past, Xergxes has gotten into a situation where he had the crucial lead and he completely metagamed his opponent. But his opponent went into lurkers and Xergxes lost 45 roaches in one go on this map alone. It was actually this very same spot where you just passed through. But with no lurker den here and layer just now starting for Calmoe, Xergxes could take a very crucial fight. All roaches, watch the rocks! He will lose one Ravager to these rocks. Calmoe was trying to kill these rocks off and just completely flatten Xergxes' army here. So Xergxes paying attention to that, did catch on to that, and he is going to have to knock down these rocks to reinforce very easily. As the pathing now becomes weird, as he's going to have to send his army around the roundabout. Get up in here. And the army supply 72 to 36. Xerxes should have this game very easily. He could actually start pressuring the third here, this chunk of army, and force Calmoe to have to fight in a different location and then have a run by roaches into the natural. But it looks like he just wants to contain his opponent in between the two bases. Xerxes will get in here and start killing off quite a few drones. Without my Xerxes game heart mod, this is going to be very difficult to see. Third base for Calmoe will die, and Xerxes can now expand and take a fourth base, as his third base is getting saturated. But it looks like Xerxes just wants to kill his opponent here and now as he continues his push forward into his opponent's natural. And trying to get the spine crawler taken care of is going to be crucial. Versatile coming down for both players as Xerxes is taking the better fight. But the defender's advantage for Calmoe is still a thing. He's not reinforcing with any links, which is something I feel he should do here. As they do build faster than roaches, the drones are going to have to be pulled. And Xerxes just needs to back up and micro this fight. To get away from the drones, another course of bile is going to come down. Actually, his own bile will connect with his own army, bruising it heavily. As drones are falling for Calmoe. But with no lings added into the mix, his drones acting as those lings, just going to get melted as the last of the army for Calmoe is also going to get cleaned up here. That should be the end of this game as Xerxes does take the final win in the stream of red. From Xerxes' side of the map, does flood across. GG going to be called out. That will tie the Master Series up at 1 apiece. It is Magi, and I will be right back with you for game number 3. What's up, guys? It is Magi back with you for game number 3 in the ZVZ war. And the next map in, chosen by Calmoe, this guy up here, in the top left hand corner, the pink Zerg pieces from FXB. It is Calmoe on Odyssey. And in the bottom right hand corner, the red Zerg pieces from Inside Gaming. Drop a ping on them. And it is Xerxes. Tying the series up 1-1. Can Xerxes clean it out? Will this guy right here in pink be taking it on Odyssey? Now, Odyssey is a bit bigger of a map. There's something I like to say, it is built above the Abyssal Reef, you know, just because you're around like an ocean type deal and so forth so on. But anyway, getting away from my personal opinions about how the map is thought up and why it's positioned around water. Odyssey is a bigger map. One of the bigger maps in the pool, but it has a very short rush distance up the middle. Both players... Wait a second. Alright, so we do have a deviation from the past few games. Xerxes went hatch gas pool in the past 2 games and is going to opt for the pool this time around. The cheese, folks, from Xerxes is going to be very real, as I do hope that Baneling Nest will follow this up, as he is opting to be the aggressive player here. No hatchery on the way yet. Here's to see which way he plans to take this game. The spawning pool just now starting for Calmoe. The timing here is going to be crucial for him to be able to defend this. Links are already on the way and are indeed rallied across the map for Xerxes. And he opted, Calmoe also opted to take a natural base, expecting his opponent to play the gentleman's game and say, alright bro, it's time to macro up one more time. But wait a second. Wait a second. We do have an Evo chamber coming down here as well for Calmoe. So Calmoe looking to get that carapace or that melee out. But here we go. Speed already started for Xerxes. He will enjoy a very heavy speed advantage, as well as an army supply advantage, as he does pressure his opponent with 5 lings. And it's now 5-6 as Calmoe goes, oh, I need army, and I need it now. It's Xerxes. Even getting cheekier. The gold base is taken for a natural base. Xerxes is going to get to work on this hatchery, and some things are going to pop up to shoo these away. The drones are even being pulled during the transfer here to clean up the last of these lings. So Xerxes can start focusing down drones. He'll be in a good place. Baneling Nest. Alright, already transitioning into that Baneling Nest. And this is the type of build that I'd like to see DVZs. Cheeky to the max. And going to be very tedious for a lot of players to hold. Calmoe is now going to have to kind of panic a little bit, in terms of like, okay, he was the aggressive player here. That means he could be... Wait, where did his army go? It's not here. Alright, well then I'll just get a spine collar and a baneling nest and wall off my queen. So you cannot very easily get in. Here's Xergxes and kill my queen or my drones. And then I'm going to attack you. The drone transfer to this gold base. 5 drones so far. And because Xergxes took this gold, he's going to enjoy a huge economy boost in his next fight. And he does have a bit of a run by here with some of these lings. Also, he's trying to defend back home with 4 lings. 4 lings are being added on, and some banelings here are going to be what is required for him to defend this easily. He's actually kind of mind gaming his opponent a bit because his opponent's going to get over here and kill his would-be natural base, but he's also mining from the gold base. And now Xergxes is playing the defend game. If he defends this, he's going to be in a commanding position in this game, as he will be on 3 bases very easily. He does have more lings, and these banelings are going to pop out in or routing directly to the drone line. They will detonate on not finding a connection he needs at all. Xergxes done it. As Xergxes mind gamed his opponent to a point where he can actually just... Okay, I don't think he lost a drone there. They're all now very battered and bruised. The natural base is under siege, but he can use this to build some lurk units. 2 banelings for 3 there. Very good trade for Xergxes. As Xergxes is now going to get into the later stages of this game. A lot sooner than his opponent. But with that, he can just hold here with Ling Baneling. And being able to reinforce faster and actually... Oh, but his opponent has found it. Calmoe has found the gold base, folks. But will Xergxes say, okay, that's cute? Or will he just say, you know, let this base go? It looks like he is going to go over here and defend this gold base if drones are being built here. Surface area is going into his favor, so he will be able to clean up this fight, but the banelings are going to finish up here. Watch your connection, baneling. Watch your connections! Oh, this is good. It's like tedious to watch here. Those banelings are everywhere and linglongs are everywhere. Queen trying her best to clean everything up. But she does not live, but everything will get cleaned up here in the gold base. Xergxes can start to drone up the natural base as well. Calmoe is in a very tight situation now. He does have a supply or bit of an advantage right now as he's on 2 base, which means he can reinforce with some army faster. But Xergxes having 3 and the economic advantage is going to be putting Calmoe in a very tight situation. Baneling's finding a pretty decent connection there. And another one. Xergxes is getting a little bit sloppy with his control. Game is really starting to get pretty crazy here. We're at the 6-minute mark and still on Ling Baneling. No roaches being added on. And this is what ZVZ is about right here. How well can you control the early stages of this game on Ling Bang? Calmoe is going to have to be forced back towards his side of the map a little bit here as he regroups and tries to figure out exactly which way he needs to go. With the queens out and the gold base mining still, Xergxes is in a commanding position here. Take this game very easily. It is his game to throw at this point. He needs to get the banelings here, which he does have. +1 melee is starting up for Calmoe. I'm not too sure this is the best option for him right now. Not having a 3rd base, the melee upgrade could swing the game back in his favor. But it still comes down to the connections between these 2 players and their banelings. 24 more lings are getting added on, and with that, the reinforcements coming out here. Xergxes finding some pretty decent connections there to clean up some of these lings. But I think this game is going to be Xergxes' game very easily here. As he is still on 3 base and he is just flooding 1 more lings and he already supplied 30 to 13. But as we know, 1 good baneling connection swings this game back in Calmoe's favor. That's what he's looking for. It's the only saving grace he's going to have. And whether or not he does find it is everything at the moment. Xergxes checking for that 3rd base. Sees that there isn't going to be one, and he should just prompt him to start to pressure his opponent's natural again. Oh! Oh! Xergxes! Do that to me, man. Don't run your lings into that. Just, these poor lings didn't ask for this. Neither did those. The trades are going to start to swing back in his favor very easily here. There's 2 banelings for 2 banelings, but that was not the best of connections there for that last pack of lings. A little bit sloppy micro. Evens the arc supply out just enough. Calmoe might be able to hold on again. Here we go. The Ar's starting to get into the defender's advantage side of the game. Calmoe can reinforce a lot easier here. Xergxes finding some decent connections there. He's going to have to morph some more banelings, and he is flooding more lings across the map. But he needs these banelings to finish, and he can't get detonated on Xergxes. Woo! It needs him to get out of there with these lings. His banelings aren't going to finish up though, so he does lose those 2 banelings. At this point, he needs to go home. He has to go home here and start to get into the next stage of the game. The melee advantage here for Calmoe is actually swinging his back in his favor. It looks like Xergxes is going to decide to get into the next stage of the game. So Xergxes on the timer here. If he can keep these lings alive long enough for the roaches to kick in, he'll close this out very, very easily in the roach phase of the game. Do you have a layer? Did he pick up a layer behind this? No, he didn't pick up a layer behind this, so neither player on a layer just yet. But Calmoe, in a bit more of a dicier situation, as his gold base is still mining for Xergxes, and he only has it about partially saturated, which actually is a very good thing for him to have right now. He does have some idle drones, but the longer he can keep this base mining, the better. Xergxes with these banelings, running them into the doom to sacrifice themselves to the baneling detonations. That wasn't the best idea. There's no reason he should have been paying attention there. +1 melee is on the way now for Xergxes. He is trying to close out this game. He's starting to lose ground here, actually. But if he can keep his opponent mining on 2 base, he will actually have the advantage going into this, as he does have a 3rd base now. Calmoe is still on 2 base right now. So the economic advantage will start to dwindle for him. He does finally take a 3rd base, however. And here we go, the roach phase of this game is out, and now Calmoe is on the clock. He has to kill Xergxes here and now. Otherwise, he does lose. As Xergxes with some overlords across the map, just sees more lings coming. And is going to force his opponent back to the other side. +1 range is on the way for the red Zerg player, Xergxes. Calmoe is trying to find the damage he needs now to kill off his red Zerg opponent. Will Xergxes be able to just completely demolish him when these roaches finish up? Looks like Calmoe is going to opt to run towards the gold base to try and find some damage here. Transfuse coming down on top of the Spinecrawler, trying to keep it alive. Roaches are here to help defend this. Spinecrawler are going to fall. The drones are being pulled here. Going to put them right back to mining, as another Spinecrawler does get added on, and he will deflect this attack on the gold base. The Xergxes, the longer this game goes on, he's going to start playing with fire more and more. As his opponent did get a 3rd base, but he's still on lings against Xergxes' army of roaches that is maxing out. And at this point in time, Xergxes can honestly kind of let this base go. But there's still mineral here, so I can understand why he's trying to keep this base mining. But at this point in time, he can honestly let this base go. And take a 3rd base, say, here. But he does take another base here. So, okay, he is kind of reading my mind here as I cast this. It is a replay, but he is kind of thinking along the same process. Realizing his gold advantage is mining out. His opponent did take a 3rd, but it looks like he is going to counterattack with this roach army. And this is way too much for Calmoe to stop, even if he reinforces, as his roach forward just now getting to that halfway done point. And it looks like Xergxes will end up closing out this game here and now, and closing out the master set. GG called out, and Xergxes will win the series 2-1 in the end. Guys, it is Magi signing off once again. If you guys like what you see, please hit that follow button in my stream. Please follow me on YouTube as well. And if you would like your games casted, send them over to magicast@gmail.com.